But it wasn't about the warrant. It would have been about Julie Jensen. And then the only time I would have mentioned the warrant if I had to come up to Wisconsin, because I never came up to Wisconsin.
So the only time you mentioned the warrant to the DA's office was when they subpoenaed you to testify in court.
Yes.
Now, when you talked to the DA's office after Julie Jensen's death, did you tell them what you knew about Julie Jensen?
I told them, what did I tell them? Please, would you?
Did you tell them what you knew about Julie Jensen?
They would have asked me, when I told them I wanted to help, they would have asked me. It's 30 years ago,
right?
Okay, but they would have asked me what I knew, or they would have had questions, so they would have asked me.
And you would have answered those questions?
Absolutely.
And it was just to the DA's office, not to law enforcement?
I didn't talk to law enforcement. Okay, other than when they called me twice in North Carolina.
Okay, nothing further, sir. Thank you.
All right, we're done with this witness.
We are, Your Honor. I don't have any further questions this
We're
witness.
done with this witness. I'll say it again. You can go, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, okay, I wanted to get that in as they were wrapping up. The judges, we're done with this witness. What else we got? We'll find out what else we got. We'll get back into that courtroom. Right now, Bob Hille is here, trial attorney, and Katherine Lizardo, trial attorney. She's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Bob in the New York area. Welcome back, guys. Good to have you. So, interesting witness. Important witness. I'm not sure that we didn't go down a couple of roads we didn't need to go down, and maybe the judge helped, maybe he didn't. Bob, what do you think overall? This recross was really an attempt to kind of reinforce, I think, that this witness, Mr. Tirico, was harassing even if it didn't rise to the legal standard necessary. He kept pursuing Julie Jensen.
Yeah, I think that was the focus of the recross, but sometimes inconsistencies really have to be of a consequential nature, and if they're not, you got to give the jury credit also that they get it the first go around. You don't need to hammer some point home. So I think, what did come across though is this person obviously wanted to continue the affair, so he certainly had an axe to grind with the defendant. Would that make him be a little more creative with his version of events? I think the jury can certainly go there based on the testimony.
And so, Katherine, you've got this guy that the prosecution is suggesting he's the linchpin. This guy began what was ultimately a murder, Mark Jensen killing his wife because he could never get over this affair. As an aside, I wish we could see the guy. I know he's opted not to be seen on TV, but we can hear him. But pretty animated voice, at least, and the jury's getting to take in the visual and the audio. But the prosecution clearly thinks this is critical to get their point across to this jury.
Yes, they believe that it's critical because of what he knew, what Julie told him about Mark Jensen, although I don't put a lot of stock when he said that Julie told him that Mark was weird. They didn't go further from that because he testified that he didn't want to talk about Mark Jensen anymore and about that. But to my colleague's point, Bob is right that when you're trying to do that kind of recross, you have to give credit to the jury. And I think it hurt the defense when the witness said it was 30 years ago. I can't remember specifically what I testified. And that is a crucial factor here in this retrial that both sides have to keep in mind when trying to establish inconsistencies.
Yeah, and who can't understand that? 30 years, come on, 30 minutes. Sometimes you can't remember what's going on. So even though this was a critical time in his life, apparently, yeah, you got to give the guy a break for things that might be slightly different in his recollection.